And just also going back to your point about Zuckerberg, I think it's an important one, and I think I say Zuckerberg as a metaphor for jobs and growth in this community. You know, so Charles, how many employees does Facebook have in the Bay Area? How many? A couple of thousand. So, you know, my point is, if we can create a Facebook in this community, you know, what does that mean, you know, as an economic driver for the people that live in the surrounding communities? You know, obviously, you have to factor in the pipeline and skill sets, and I understand that those things don't happen overnight, but, you know, Beats is in Culver City, and, you know, they were acquired by Apple, and so I don't know how much South LA can sort of bank on Dre in terms of, like, that his company and Beats being drivers for, like, really the next generation of youth in this community. So I say Zuckerberg as a metaphor to say, hey, we need companies that can scale, that can create jobs in communities like this.
Yeah,
because the politicians aren't going to do it.
And I agree with that. I agree with the metaphor of creating these companies in South LA.
Sure.
But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, this man learned probably on his own, so a lot of trial and error. So why not copy what he already knows and put it into technology? In the 90s and 80s, it was the same music industry, right? We were trying to figure out, somebody took over it. Why not do it in technology now, you know, and bring it into South LA? That's it. But I think we gotta give kids role models that they can relate to, and models that they can look themselves at, right? And learn from those models. And if those models are successful Black and Latino men or women, man, we're gonna create a freaking company anyway. So that's what I'm talking about.
Also, you're talking about internship for students. We have the International Game Development Association in Los Angeles, and we will be having an internship and job fair this year. The internship fair starts it's going to be the end of February, depending you may be at AI or USC. So we will be having that, and if anybody needs an internship, I can help you get into studio. I've worked for enough of them, been at them. I can integrate people into the studio.
For all the discussion about building those fundamental skills and inspiring intellectual curiosity and innovation, I think one of the things that we know that you know, as communities of color and their overarching economic impact is that a lot of people who are entrepreneurs have access to capital, and that's sort of a new, that's an important and growing consideration. So I'm curious for each of you, in addition to teaching entrepreneurs how to be entrepreneurs, how are we helping identify, particularly in those historically disenfranchised communities, ways for them to access angel funds, venture funds, institutional funds? Like, what are some of the steps that we can be utilizing to connect them to money?
That's the most important question. It's a serious one, because obviously, my grandfather always told me to save up. That's really, I think, the first answer. And it's not going to be an angel that's going to save you, but it's going to be the fact that you sacrifice everything: your girlfriend, your car, maybe you sleep on the couch like the guys in the Airbnb guys. I mean, that's the truth. That's the unfortunate truth. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, but the sacrifice has to usually come from your passion yourself to give up, you know, the experiences that other people want and consume in favor of investing that capital into your personal business. And then you go get the angel and you say, I got skin in the game, where you put something out of money on the table.
I think, it's a great question. I think that's where Dream Studios kind of sits as our next step. We have an incredible young person, I want to say Simq is 11 now, and he came up with a solution to a problem that he has. He loves sports. He loves football and basketball. His parents doesn't have enough money to actually, you know, buy him both cleat and or, you know, basketball shoe. So he fused it together and came up with a strap-on cleat. Genius, absolutely genius. And myself, my partner Noah, we got behind him, built the business plan behind it, and you know, got some great news footage on him, but needing to take the next step and have it actually funded. It's like we can help and support and build the idea as far as the beginning phases of the business plan and the idea, and push the beginning stages of the idea to actually make it better. But having VCs and angels out there that can actually help these kids, especially when they have great ideas like that, that will not only help, his family, but other single parent homes that exist out there. I know when I was a kid playing football and basketball, I wore my basketball and my cleats out.